So the first thing you have to make sure of is that their product is actually defined. So A is a 2 by 2 matrix, B is a 2 by 3 matrix. And what you're after is that these inner dimensions are the same, and they are, and so that means that your resulting product will be a 2 by 3 matrix. So A times B is going to be a 2 by 3 matrix. Now, to determine what that matrix is, again, it's very important that we can do this without a calculator. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 rows. So you're going to have row 1, row 2, and then you're going to have 3 columns. Now, for the first column, what you're going to do is you're going to take row 1, column 1, and multiply those two together. So specifically, I'm taking -1 and 5, that row 1, and multiplying it by column 1. So I would have here -1 times 3 plus, and then 5 times -8. And I would make that multiplication happen. That's my row 1, column 1. Now, to get row 1, column 2, I'm going to take row 1, but now I'm going to multiply it by column 2. So what will happen here is I will be taking -1, multiplying it by 6, and then adding that to 5 multiplied by 0. And that is row 1, column 2. Then, to get our row 1, column 3, we are going to multiply row 1 by column 3. So we'll take -1 times 4, and then add that to 5 times 12. Okay? So that is my row 1. I take row 1, multiply by column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3. Now, for row 2, we're going to do a similar process. For row 2, we're going to take row 2 now and multiply by column 1, and then go from there. So if I take row 2, I'm going to be multiplying, and I'll just kind of cover this up for a sec, row 2 multiplied by column 1. So that is going to be, if this marker will stay for me, maybe it won't stay for me, who knows? Maybe we need to pick another marker. Good lordy. Okay, so hopefully this marker will stay. Maybe I'm just a little too shaky. Okay, so we're going to take row 1, column 1, so that's going to be 3 times 3, so 9, and then plus 2 times -8, so -16. Okay, and then for row 1, column 2, we're going to take, or excuse me, row 2, column 2, we're going to take row 2, multiply by column 2. So 3 times 6 to get 18, plus, and then 2 times 0 to get 0. And then for the last one, row 2, column 3, we're going to take 3 times 4, so 12, plus, and then 2 times 12, 24. Okay, and then we'll add the entries for each of these individual spots, and that will give us our final matrix. So for this first one, we have -3 minus 40, so that gives us a -43. For this one, we have a -6 plus 0, and then -4 plus 60, so -50 or plus 54. And then the 9 minus 16 is going to give us a -7. 18 plus 0 to get 18, 12 plus 24 to get 36. And that is our final answer.